Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing fine. So, students, what we have done in previous class, let us start today's class with the question. Let me show you the question, and you would be answering that question with related to what we had done in our previous class. Okay. So here's the question. Read the question carefully and try to answer that. There is a statement which is given in front of you. You have to answer for true or false. Okay. You can go ahead with any other rule type such as formatting values greater than, less than, or equal to, highlight text containing specified words or characters, highlight duplicates, format specific dates. What do you think? This statement is correct or not? Take few seconds to think about it and answer it. Yes, students? So if you are thinking that the answer is correct, that is true, then you are absolutely correct. The statements are very right that all of these are steps are included in what? In sorting of numbers. Okay, this is what we had done in our previous class. That was conditioning formatting. In that case, we understood that how the greater than and less than numbers could be shifted in the spreadsheet Excel file. Okay, so now students, we have done about the various tools in spreadsheet, that what are the options for greater than, less than sign, sorting, filters. What do you think now? What I want to do is I want to create a sheet and work on that sheet, but I want to have 2 to 3 4 5 and so on, so many sheets together. I don't want to minimize it and open the again and again the entire sheets and create and work on that, but I want that to be working together at the same time. What could be the option for that? Do you think could be any option for working the so many sheets together on the spreadsheet Excel? Let's see. There is an option for that. That is worksheet. This is what we're going to learn about today. That is worksheet in Excel. So let me write the topic first of all. For today's class is worksheet in Excel. So we're going to write here today's topic is worksheet in Excel. So this is what we're gonna learn about. What is worksheet actually, and how we can add the or insert the sheets together, which is included in worksheet. Okay, so we would be learning about this. Before understanding more about worksheet, let me share the learning outcomes for today. After the completion of this class, you would be able to define the concept of worksheet in Excel, in MS Excel. You would be identifying the use of worksheet in Excel. Then you would be applying the concept of selecting worksheet in Excel in real life. Then you would be analyzing the steps for renaming of worksheet in Excel. Then you would be appreciating the use of worksheet in Excel in real life also. So what this worksheet actually mean in Excel? It is actually the collection of cells. That means if I want to add or insert lot of cells together where the data is kept in secured manner. Okay, you can see that in Excel 2010 the maximum size of sheet is, you can see that there is lot of we can say a huge number for rows, and by columns is this. Like if we are inserting the rows, that is the maximum number for inserting the rows is 1 0 4 8 5 7 6, and if we are comparing with the columns, that is 1 6 3 8 4. So it's quite huge number for inserting lot of data together. Okay, so what do you think? Why do we need worksheet? What do you think? What is the need of worksheet? Yes. We can say that it saves our time. It is time saving. How it is time saving? Like if I want to create lot of sheet, like suppose I have to maintain data for your class. If I want to, you know, uh, keep the entries for your various tests together, I can divide the sheets on the same spreadsheet Excel, rather than just clicking opening the files again and again on my computer. But what I could do is I just clicking on one option, that is sheet, where I would be finding that I'm having the another sheet, the entire data together, just by clicking one option, that is sheet, another sheet. Okay, we would be understanding more about it, don't worry about that. So here's a question related to that. You have to answer this question, read the question carefully and answer it. You can pause the video as well if you take more time to read and understand. No worries about that. So I hope you have unpaused the video. So the answer is true. This statement is again talking about the sorting in spreadsheet, how we can format that and highlight the text. So this statement is appropriate. Now what you can say is that the thing I was talking about, select a worksheet. How we can select the worksheet? I told you that when I want to make sheets more than one. Like this is the number, you can see the arrows are there left and right. Here you can go to the another sheets also. Like whenever we make any or insert any entry in the table worksheet Excel, but we observe that this is by default sheet 1 which is shown to us, and we haven't used these sheets yet because we were not required to, but today we would be exploring it. Now first of all we should understand this sheet 1, that was the very first home page or by default spreadsheet where we make. And what we're going to do is, now I want to shift to the sheet 2. Okay, what I want to do is, if I have want to go to the another entries which I have made. Suppose I have made the entries for your math subject marks in sheet 1. Now I want to check the marks of science or English in another sheet where I have made. Okay, I would be clicking on sheet 2 like this, and I would be receiving the entire data for science marks. Then if I want for English marks, I would be writing English mark here. There more convenience for this. If we want to what do you think, that if we feel like it is quite confusing, giving the name sheet 1, sheet 2, it would be more interesting if we would be giving name like English marks, math marks, isn't it? So it would more convenient for us to open that. Okay, so this is the option how we can select the worksheet by just clicking on it. So here's a question related to that. You have to answer this in true or false. You can go ahead with any other rule type, read the question and try to answer it. Is this the statement true or not? Yes, yes, students. So the answer would be true. Exactly. The statement, the description they have given is very correct. So the answer would be true. Now I was talking about the names. Like if I want that sheet 1 to should be like mathematics marks, and sheet 2 will like English marks, then sheet 3 will like science marks. So it would be better if I would be giving the names like this, or it would be more convenient if I would be writing like sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. It's quite difficult, sometimes randomly if I ask you to open your English marks, you would be thinking like which sheet number it was. So it is more better to give the name. So this is what the option is for. We can rename it, we can give the names to the worksheet, with the help of which we can reach to the another sheets just by reading the name, and it is more convenient in it, isn't it? So this is how we can use it. So here's a question related to this. I'm giving you some time to read it and answer it in true or false. Okay, read the question carefully and answer it. So yes, Do the following steps are correct for rename command? Read the steps carefully. Right click on the sheet tab of sheet 1. Choose rename. For example, type class 6. Is this a good idea? Or is these steps are correct? What do you think? Yes, exactly. These are the appropriate steps where we would be right clicking on the sheet number the way I shown you here. Right clicking on it, you would be having the option that is rename here. You would be clicking on it and you can give the name that is the way they have just given type class 6, the way I told you about English subject, in math subject you can give name, and this is the appropriate options for giving the rename of the sheet. So the answer would be true. Okay, so now let's practice and go to the lab now. Now first of all, okay, the screen is not shared yet. Now first of all we would be going to start button, Microsoft Excel. Yes, here it is. We can see that what you are observing, the images we have seen yet just now. But you can see. You can see that sheet names are written here, isn't it? Yes, sheet names are written here. Now what you can say is that sheet 1 is by default. The way I told you that this is by default. Now I would be filling names on marks here like names, and let us suppose favorite, or I must say that colors you like. So I would be writing colors here. Name is like Akash. This is your class name. Likes blue. And then Rajan likes red, and whatever other students. Chandan likes the green. Okay. So suppose this is for the sheet 1. You can see the sheet 1 is clicked here by default because we are working on sheet 1. So we don't need to think about it that it is why it is clicked sheet 1. Now I want the another sheet, like I have written your favorite colors. Now what I want is I want to write the favorite subjects of yours. Okay, I would be clicking here. Now I will be writing names. You can bold it as well, okay, because it is the title heading. You would be writing what I was telling you to write. Subjects. You can bold it, okay. You can make it italic, underline it. These are the options you can explore it on, okay. So yes, now names are like, okay, let us write for the same students. Because she's having subject favorite as maths, and Rajan is having science, and Vanshika is having favorite, that is Hindi, and Ruby is having favorite as Punjabi. Then um, Shalini is having favorite as English. So yes, now this is the sheet number 2. You can see that it is highlighted. That means I'm working on sheet number 2. Okay. So you can also give the names the way they have written book 1 here. You can also give the names, but we would be giving names here. This is the name for the entire spreadsheet we are working on. But here we are converting that work, the same kind of data, but with some different changes on the same workbook, but we are applying on different sheets. Now I want to create the sheet number 3, that is names Now what do you want to have? Like holidays, places for holidays where you want to go. Like um, Ranjana want to go to um, Wonderland. Okay, so Tripti want to go to park. Prab want to go to Disney land. Okay, and Harpreet want to go to where you want to go to Harpreet. Okay, let me write here park again. Okay, she also want to have some greenery stuff in park, so we could say that these are your holiday places you want to spend time on. Okay, I would be making it bold. Okay, the one is selected only. Yes, bold here. Here also I want to make it bold. You can also increase the size in this way. Okay, yes. Now this is the third spreadsheet. This is the sheet which I created. Now what I want to show is, just look at here. I have clicked on sheet 1 now. You can see that this is the very first sheet I created, that is with names and your favorite colors. Then I'm clicking on sheet 2. You can see the different data is here, that is related to the subjects you were loving. Also spreadsheet 3 was about the holiday. So you can see that I can maintain data for one single class students, for different subjects, for the different taste. You can do same at so many sheets together. You can see here, if I'm clicking on it, it won't work now because we haven't created the so many sheets yet, but we have created the 3. If we would be creating lot of sheet, it would be looking like the entire sheet would be filled here. Okay, so now we have done about the various type of sheets are there. Now we would be learning about renaming it, which we have understood in theoretical world. Now I am right clicking on it. What are the options you are able to see? I right clicked on it. You can see that the rename option is there, isn't it? This is what you can also delete here. You can also insert another sheet, but we have to work on rename first. We are clicking on rename. Here I would be liking writing it as colors. Okay, I'm clicking on screen, or here anywhere. You can see that the name has been changed into colors. Now I want to apply same on here. That is, let us suppose I would writing as subjects. Yes. Now I'm clicking on screen. You can see that the spreadsheet is named into subjects. Now what about the third one? Let us go write it as holidays. Yes. I'm clicking on here. You can see that it has been changed to holidays, isn't it? So this is how we can rename the sheet's name. Okay, color, subject. Now isn't it convenient, easy? If I want to just search the direct one, like what was the favorite subject of yours, so I can directly go to the sheet and click on it, and I would be achieving the entire data which I want to see. Isn't it interesting, students? This is how we can observe it. Okay, so now we have to learn about the inserting worksheet, inserting sheet. Now how we can insert it another sheet? We have given the 3 sheets by default. Now we want to add another sheet, like if I want you to have the sheet as name as marks obtained in science subject. Now I want to insert one more sheet. How I would be inserting? And would be just single clicking on this option. Simply you can see that I have just kept the cursor. They have said that insert worksheet. This is how we can insert worksheet. Also we have shortcut for that, that is shift F11. you would be clicking on shift, then F11. You can see that another sheet has been opened, that is sheet 4, because we have already made color subject holiday, that were 3. Now the fourth one is appeared in front of you. We can also scroll it here, drag it here and there, okay, because we want this to be shifted in the last only, so I shifted it here. This is how we can insert many sheets by just clicking on it. And you can see that lot of sheets are available here, isn't it? Now you can see that 12 sheets are here, and now I'm clicking again on it. You can see that now this arrows would be working. You can see that if I'm clicking on the right one, they are showing me the last option, that is sheet 13. If I'm clicking on the left hand side, you can see the colors, which was the very first sheet, sheet 1, it is appearing here. Then this one, then this one, okay. I'm clicking on right one, clicking on left one. This is the function of these arrows here, okay. So now you have understood about the spreadsheet sheets, number of sheets are there, and you have understood about the renaming of sheet and inserting sheet, okay. So now let us conclude our today's chapter. I hope now you have understood about the sheets very well. So we have learned about the worksheet first of all. Let us understand more about worksheet. Is basically the option for creating the various sheets and into this spreadsheet Excel file. Then we understood about the selecting a worksheet or inserting the worksheet. Then we also understood about the renaming, how we can click the right button and rename the sheet which we have already created. Okay, so here are questions, two questions in front of you. You have to answer it. You can pause the video or you can write it on your notebooks, or you can also speak the answer. Okay, so what do you mean by worksheet? Yes, what do you mean by worksheet actually? I have explained it much. Now it's your turn. You would be explaining worksheet in your own words. Also tell the steps of selecting a worksheet. You can write the steps in form of like arrows, putting arrows, which is the second step, third step in downwards or upward direction, okay, on your notebooks. So you would be doing it, and also you can write in the comment box. I'll be reading and checking it and giving you the feedbacks, okay. So here are two questions for your homework. In the first, you have to write these two questions on your notebook. Then there are two activities where you would be creating a spreadsheet, where you would be using these commands which we have learned in today's class. Also, then you have to draw the flowchart steps of using this. And that's all for today's class, students. Thank you so much for giving me attention. Oh, thank you so much. Have a good day.